Hi everyone, it's Vanka and I am finally back to show you my eco-dyed paper all dried up. I am very sorry guys that I didn't make it before I went for my vacation. As I said in my last video when all of these were all wet, if you watched that. If not, it's my latest video. I wanted to try to film this before I went to vacation, but you know, things happen and suddenly you just don't find the time. And now I am back. I have a lot of catching up to do, videos I have promised to make, and I will do my best during the next days to try to film all of those. And these are my, as I said, my last eco-dyed papers with these beautiful colors. And as you see here, I have a little vase with my pansies. The reason for that is because they have a mission here. I will explain about these. And also in after I have shared these, I have a few batches of earlier eco-dyed papers, so I want to show them compared to this. And I know a lot of people have asked me how I do this, and I will explain as best as I can what I have done during these different batches. It's mostly the same way, just a little bit different. This time I took all of these papers and rolled them, and here you can see this. This is some of these brown wrapping paper you get when you order things and such. I will show you those first. These were just wrapped around all of those papers, and here you can see these lines where I have used twine to make it a tight roll. And I used a regular, quite large stainless steel casserole pan on the oven, and this time I cooked them, boiled them pretty rough for quite some minutes before I turned the heat down to simmer for about an hour. That's what I normally do. I haven't boiled the paper so tough before. I have just bring it up to boil and then turned it down to simmer. I don't know if that's why the colors are so vibrant, but earlier I haven't added vinegar. I did this time, added a little bit of vinegar. Also, when I have added these rusty pieces to my batch earlier, I have spread them around in the pan. This time I will show you. I just have this regular coffee filter, so I put my rusty bits and pieces in here and just closed it and added it into the water. Other than that, I don't think I did. Maybe I sprinkled some salt, I'm not sure, but that's the way I did it this time. And let's just go through them. Here you can see these are the blue are from the pansies. I also added quite a few leaves of onion skins. There's one. They give these yellow brownish colors. I haven't always added those. I collect a bunch of them before I use them. So this time I made some of these journaling cards here. So let's just show these. So this yellow color, I'm not sure what gave those. I went through which flowers I used in my previous video. So if you haven't watched, please go and check that out. But you can see there are pretty details in this batch. And these envelopes obviously were pink before I added them in the batch. So what I see is that when the papers are wet, the colors shows more brightly than when they are dry. I was thinking, because this yes, this is an envelope. It looks like, look here, it looks like one of these cards, but can you see? This is where, if you see the edges here and here, it fits perfectly, so it has been like this. And here you see where, and even these stripes has transferred to the envelope here. So that was fun. More envelopes. This is really pretty. Another envelope. And I will try to scan some of these, some of my favorites. And if it turns out well, I will maybe share them. We will have to see how it turns out. And the stamens of some of the flowers have given quite embossed impression on these. I was quite heavy-handed when I did this. Really pretty pink color. These papers are letter writing papers, so this rose here was already on, of course. It's the thickness of ordinary printer copy paper, and you see it tore. Some of them have torn for me because when I take them out of the batch, I try to be as careful as I can, but sometimes they tear. Here you can see these blue spots, and those are when these pansies come in. And I will just go through some more and explain what they does for me. And look at this beautiful transfer of that leaf here. You can see the I don't know the words, I'm sorry. This is another variant of that. It's a bottle, a champagne bottle here, and I can't see the print. It's so faded, some splashes out of that bottle. I can't see it anymore, but here again you can see the details of a flower with its stamen in the middle here. Not all of them have lots of colors. This is the onion skin again. Another of the paper, and I have a hole here again. And here you can see stamens of flowers. So maybe it's a good idea to remove some of the thicker, heavier stamens when you do this. And this is one of my favorites, and it's 200 grams copy paper, printer paper, which is my favorite. I know a lot of people use watercolor paper. I haven't had any good luck using that. Maybe it's because my watercolor paper is not the best quality. I have no idea, but mine usually just tear up in little pieces, so I don't know why. But this is so pretty. Look at all these colors, and I can't explain. This is the pine, I think. And there is another really pretty print with all these details. And there, that yellow little flower really came out very nice. Another one. These blue prints are from the pansies. The pine again. So probably, or not probably, I know it has to be, if we do this, you can see it's a mirrored image. We have the pine here and here, so this has been cooked like this together. And these two last ones were really torn. I think these were on the outer layer of my roll, and this here isn't wide enough to cover all my paper, so when I boiled it so heavily, even this very thick paper where it was too much for them. So, but I will still use pieces of these. This one is really pretty as well, but I like the dark colors. And here you can see I had a really big leaf, a branch of some sort. I can't remember right now. So that was the batch that I shared in my previous video. And let's see, I wanted to show you some earlier batches. I have showed one that I did process video when I was at the cabin, and just to show you, I can to compare them color-wise. Let's just leave one of these I just did, and I have them right here. I have this big cloth. These are big papers, so I have to put this down. Let's do. So there is not very many colors in this, but I still love it. Some colors, but it was this dark, very grungy look here. It gave me some of this almost lime green colors. Other than that, it's just pretty prints. I didn't have much flower in this. It was on the mountain, so I had mostly different kinds of leaves. And the way I did this, check out my process video, and here. so you can take a look, and you know, these, they still smell so amazing. I know some people have asked if the papers smell awful when you do this, and they don't. I promise they don't. In fact, they smell good. But I think why those papers smell so good, because I used a lot of these pines and needle tree things in that batch, and you know, they smell so good. This can just lay here. I think I will make a playlist named Eco Dyeing or something, so you can easily find my earlier videos. These were another project with just strips of papers where I folded them, pressed them together with two wooden plates, twine around. These were boiled in a copper casserole on the inside the oven, actually. Yes, because I can't use that casserole on my cooking top, so I used it inside the oven. And not much flowers here, a little bit. But I got some pretty prints, but not very much colors. I still love them. These are these yellow ones. What are they called? They grow everywhere and survive everywhere. Oh my gosh, how can I forget the name? Oh, you know, the yellow ones that you can, when they die, you blow all these. And these are rhododendron. Not sure what that is in your language. So, and here are the pansies. I am surprised that a lot of the flowers don't give much color at all. I wish they did. How amazing will these be if they gave color? And the last one I want to share is this. And these were I think boiled the same way as the last one. I did some doilies, you see. There were a pansy inside and it didn't give me much, but I thought I had this bright idea this time, and I will tell you what I did. It was quite a long process and messy one, but I was very disappointed by the result, because I used, you see, there are just small papers here and envelopes. So this is an envelope. I don't remember exactly what kind of leaves and flowers, but pansies I have used, and I don't know what gave this pretty yellow color. I have some wildflowers, but I sprayed my dry papers with water, laid my flowers down, and then I ran every sheet inside through my Big Shot. Yeah. So I thought that a really good pressure on the paper would give me better results. I might try it again if I'm up to it, adding vinegar to the water, because I didn't. I'm not sure if that was the reason why I got all these colors here, but I'm happy with some of those. here you can see this was some sketching paper, and everything was just folded in half, and even a big peony I squeezed down through my Big Shot. I almost killed my machine. Oh my gosh, and all the water came out, and yeah. Here, this is one of my absolute favorite piece of all times, and this is why I have these, because I will tell you. This blue, purple bluish color here and the green, look at this. How pretty is that? When I see it's almost like a painting. It reminds me of the sky. This reminds me of the ocean, the green plants in the sea, and almost like it doesn't show. I will try. It's really pretty. And by accident I found, because when I open my finished batches and take out all these wet boiled flowers and leaves and such, I throw them away, and sometimes just throw them in a corner where I have my papers and such. So these blue prints, I have 4 different colors of this pansy. This is a beautiful purple. You know, my video, the colors here shows a little bit darker than what it is, but this is a pretty purple. This don't give anything for me. This is another purple one, and it's the end of the season. I only had 1 flower left of this. This doesn't give me anything. And then I have this one, blue, doesn't give me anything either. But this little pretty thing, it's almost the same. Can you see? Almost the same, but still not. This is what gives those pretty blueprints. And when I finished cooking my papers and separating them, throwing the leaves and flowers out of my batch, I by accident placed a boiled flower onto my paper, and these bleeds while they are wet. So it gives these shades of blue. And here as well I had flowers, just wet flowers laying here, and it gives these things here. And it's this one. Let me see if I have, and here probably the same. Some of these were really ruined because of the pressure of my Big Shot, but you can see prints of the leaves here. And I still like these, even though they are more pale and not so many colors. But look at this, and here it tore, but I had it like this, ran it through my Big Shot with these kinds of flowers, so you get a mirrored image. I love that. And here as well you can see I just threw those pansies over the wet paper, let them lay there for a while drying, and then took them off, and that gives these blue shades. There's another image, and I don't remember now all the plants. Most of them wildflowers. This is an iris actually. I remember. That's the blue one, but it doesn't give much color. This got a pretty pink background. Probably pansies again, but they don't always give the best impression. Here is another pansy, and it's still this one. And here you can see that shade of blue when I throw the wet flowers out here when they dry. So I hope this was helpful. Here is another of that. I love this. A big leaf. And I didn't have any onion skins or anything. People have asked me if I have added colors, inks, some sort of colors to my dye, and I have never tried that. I'm not sure if I want to try that, because I want to experiment and learn how different plants and flowers gives different colors and prints on my paper. So if I add any color, then my research wouldn't give me much to document from. So I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you found this helpful, and if you want me to share different batches again. If I do more, I am not sure what I'm capable of doing in near future, but if you want me to share, let me know, and I will the next time I do something like that. And this is a very long video again, of course, it's me talking here. But thank you for your patience. Thank you for your sweet comments. I always read them, and you always cheer me up. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.